Hi, I'm Anita Craig, the founder of Flow and the Master Leader Program. And today we have here Joni Peddie. Joni, it's an absolute delight and honor to have you join us
Thank you.
on this journey of conscious leader development. And I know for one that you walk, breathe, live your work. And you are probably one of the most resilient people that I know of in your journey of life and work and what you do and who you are, representing all of that.
Thank you.
So today we'd just like to ask a couple of questions around just helping participants to get a sense of who you are and what you're going to be teaching on the program. So just tell us about your journey and what you believe the most important things are around developing this qualities of being a resilient human being and resilient leader in the world today.
I just think the world today is tough, Anita. So we need to pivot. We need to be able to, I say resilience is not about bouncing back. That's the proverbial description. It's actually about bouncing forward with agility. So in the turbulence and change and these unprecedented times, we really need leadership to be able to say, okay, what's happening? How can we pivot and how can we bounce forward and actually use some of the turbulence to our advantage? So we embrace change and we understand change.
How would one even start approaching that, given this fragmented world that we're living in, given the challenges that we're facing today, and given this level of exhaustion actually at a global level that people are facing?
So I'll answer that in two ways. The first way is that resilience does need to be demystified. It's an overused term, and I mean, we've been using it for quite a few years now, but now it's really popularized with people feeling fatigued and burnt out. So we look at it from 4 dimensions, and these are 4 interconnected dimensions. So it doesn't matter which order I give them to you in, but we've really got to look at resilience in terms of our bodies, the physiology, and this whole ecosystem, as we all know, and we would know in flow, the head, the heart, the gut, the whole system needs to work for you. So how do you eat? How do you move? How do you sleep? Your body. And then second, your emotions. So that's the second dimension of resilience. And we do know that emotional intelligence is twice the power of intellectual quotient. So we know leaders today really need to look at their EQ. The third dimension is your mind. So we know from the World Economic Forum, critical thinking, problem solving, imagination, creativity is really what we need from a mental perspective. And then the fourth dimension of resilience is purpose, a sense of purpose. So a sense of well-being and purpose and where am I going, a sense of meaning.
Any other comments around what you believe are some of the top qualities that leaders, whether they're a leader of self and others, teams in an organization, really should be looking to develop within themselves?
I always bring it down to 3 basic hooks. So there are obviously qualities below them, but the 3 basic things that I would say to someone in a lift, going up 2 floors, saying actually the 3 basic things we've got to look at. And you can look at the how. So this is at a what level. But do you know yourself? And can you play to your strengths? As we know, Socrates said, knowing thyself is the beginning of wisdom. So do you know yourself? The second big category is do you know others? So I know in this program we'll be looking at the Enneagram, and really that's a passion that you and I have shared for many, many decades. So do you know others? And can you play them to their strengths? That's the second category. The third category is emotional intelligence. And there are 8 basic competencies that you need in that category. But if I had to just specify 2 of them that are the strong levers for all the other 6, the first is compassion. And I think authentic leaders need a lot of self-compassion, not only compassion for others. Actually, if I could wave a magic wand in the world, it would be just more compassion. I'd keep it that simple. So compassion, and the second actually is exercising optimism.
In your work around resilience, Joni, do you work with the sense of ecosystem, the individual's resilience, how that translates into a broader resilience?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we've got to look at the individual resilience, the team resilience, the organizational resilience, but the whole ecosystem of what sector they're in. So people are far more aware of who are their suppliers, is this ethically sourced? who are their customers, what are their competitors doing. There's far more collaboration. So I've been doing this kind of work in my own business for 25 years now. And I've seen more collaboration in 2020 than I've seen in the last 20 years.
And what do you think organizations should really be gearing themselves up to become these sustainable, conscious, ethical, mindful organizations at large moving forwards? What in your opinion have you seen out there, and that if there was a message to organizations to, what would that be?
It's what I'm seeing out there is that they're equipping, there's no longer this hierarchy. So there's more holacracy, more kind of teams working together well, but also instead of a senior manager saying, okay, this needs to be the new person in the team, is the team deciding. So the team employing, the team doing performance indicators for that person. So it's more collaborative, it's far more participative, people taking more responsibility, less draconian. It's a lovely new wave of let's do this together, and everybody has a say. So organizations who are starting to embrace that and recruit and retain the right people are certainly doing well.
Why is it important for organizations to take note of this all-encompassing whole person development, with the sense of bringing in the spiritual connectedness, the global connectedness into their learning and development of their people in their organizations today?
If you look at the whole person, Anita, when you go inside, you just are more authentic. So if you're having those individuals in your organization who can go inside, who know their strengths, who know their blind spots, who know how to collaborate, who know how to say, Anita, I'm no good at doing this, or it just really doesn't fulfill me. Could you please do that? And then I'll do this. And they work. It's a beautiful dance. I always say it's a little bit like a cha-cha, it's a step forward, it's a step back, but that dance of working together. So if we're really going to look at a world of collaboration, the going inside is important. Because you and I can't collaborate until we know who we each are, and then I recognize your strengths and you recognize mine.
And a final question for you today, Joni, is what is the legacy that you want to leave on this world?
So my legacy that I want to leave is simply this, is to inspire actionable resilience, body, mind, emotions, and purpose for people to live an optimal life.
Thank you so much, Joni, for joining us here.
Pleasure.
All the best.
Thank you. Thanks, Anita.
Look forward to your voice and your presence on the program next year.
Great.